Welcome to today's video. I'm the Hooded Lid, and today I am bringing you part 2 of the new Viseart Petit Fours. There are 4 of them. There's Praline, Chocolate, Framboise, and Lilas, or Lilas. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this is what it looks like. And I thought this might be kind of a hit for me because it's a little bit different than the other things that I have that are cool, but I might be wrong. So I have several palettes here that we're going to be looking at and doing swatches with. So the day that I did the Will I Buy It, I said, you know, I used this palette, but I felt that it needed a pink and I had to pull to another palette. I pulled to this one, this color right here. There is a pink in here that's a shimmer, but I wanted something, see how nice this color goes with this? But the Lilas appeared to have that color. So I thought this might be it. This might be like happiness in a box. Voila! There's the name. This is their typical easel. Again, you can do like this. It's not going to flap close if you lay it on the table to do your makeup. But there's no mirror, which is no biggie. And here are the colors. So we have 2 mattes and 2 not mattes. I don't know what to call them. Let's swatch the mattes first. Here they are. So one is kind of a cement color and one has a little more of a mauvey tone to it, but it's not really pink. And that's what they look like. And then we'll do this lighter and the darker. These are really smooth. Look at that. These are shiny. I guess people complain Visearts aren't shiny enough for them, but the swatches are crazy. And there they are. This one has a little bit of a lavender underneath. I really, really like that. I like both of them as colors. For me, of course, it's a little too shiny, but I like this kind of a pewter nature to this one right here and the lavender nature to this one. Altogether, I think, you know, they work fine. Now let's do a little comparison because I did shoot this before. I did not have, I didn't like the video, so I'm reshooting it. But when I was putting it on, it kind of reminded me of this. This is the Aether Palette I did a video on just a few days ago. The look that I got kind of seemed very similar. So I'm going to swatch this and this. And I'm looking at this color from the Viseart and these 2 colors from the Aether. I think they're very, very similar, certainly in their nature and what they can accomplish. I'm going to get another swatch of the Viseart. It's worth noting Viseart is not known to be the best swatcher in the world, but they work very, very well on the eyes. So there's that. And I'm going to swatch the silvery color. So here is the one from the Aether, and this is the silver from the Viseart. It's not really close because this doesn't have that lilac undertone, but in sheen, swatched, it's not too different. This is the Petit Pro in Chou Chou, and there is a really crazy, beautiful silver in here. I just wanted to do a comparison. So there's the Chou Chou. That is much bluer in its tone, much, much brighter, so not comparable. This is Natasha Denona Love, and there's a silver in here as well. This silver does have that undertone similar to this one. This one has more, so this has more lavender underneath there, but this definitely has some. So let's look at this. There's really nothing in here, really. They're in the same family, but would I say there's any similarities? Like this color is similar to this one, but this is a matte. These would work so beautifully together. I'm going to swatch this one and this one. Here they are, and I'm looking to see how they'll relate to this. That looks pretty close. Okay. This one is actually closer. It looks like this one is, but this one has more brown in it, so it's more of a bronzy tone. So there we have it. I don't think I have anything specifically exactly like it, but the Aether is the closest. And I do think this and the Viseart would work really, really nicely together. I'm going to go into this grayer tone and use that to give myself a little bit of socket. And I have primed and powdered with the Mario. Although it gets a little icky. Now this color is not as pigmented as the Praline. It's not as dark in tone, but with the Praline I barely touched my lid because I wanted to make it lighter than it was. And with this one, I'm kind of going in there like I normally would. I'm just feeling around the socket and then just pull out a little bit. And I am developing some new wrinkles right here. It's just such a delight to welcome wrinkles to my face. But it's not behaving weird around that area. These powders are such a conundrum. They don't swatch great, but they work so well. Pretty darn easy. All right, so that's fine. I have to say, on a personal level, I don't think this color is extraordinarily flattering to me. Now, what am I going to do with this more rosy-ish kind of tone? I could put it on the lid, but I really don't know what to do with these guys. Shouldn't those go on the lid? Or I could go a little bit above that first color. And the reason I would want to do that, and I'm going to do that, is because the whiteness of my skin against that grayish, kind of a dove grave color, I don't like it. I'm going to go in with the same brush though. I don't want something too dense, just kind of a wash. And somehow this gray looks a little bit better on me when I am not as white up here, and just a little bit of wash of that color seems to help it out a little bit. All right, now we got two mattes, but we don't have anything, you know, they're both medium tones. They're not super dark. If you have darker skin, you're probably, and you're not hooded especially, you are someone who does the, you know, outer third, the V, whatever, you're going to want to pull to something darker, I think, unless you want to do your outer V with this. So let's give it a try. So I'm taking a small blender, and look how it's really shiny. I mean, I'm doing a blender. Can you imagine with a flat brush? I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. So a little peek through when the eyes are open. Okay, so that gave me a little bit of depth. If you'd like to build that kind of depth, mission accomplished, and a little bit of shine at the same time. Then we're going to go in with this beautiful lilac silver. I kind of like what is happening here without it, but we're here to try things on and see how they work. So I'm going to pick it up with this. See, right now, I don't know, it's just so pretty, but this also has really nice shine to it. I think a lot of people, or I've heard, I mean, the people I follow don't complain about it, but the people I follow have said they've heard other people complain about the Viseart shimmers not being enough. And I feel like, you know what, there are brands that do that. You can go to Pat, you can go to Natasha, you can go to, well, probably a couple of others, but it doesn't work for everybody. You can't please all of the people all of the time. Look how reflective that is. Okay. For me, this is, you know, I've just taken it too far. But for you, it might be great. And if you're not hooded, you have an actual eyeball that is rounded and doesn't have some gland over it and doesn't have all the crinkles and stuff, you could do such a beautiful, dramatic eye here. I'm going to go back to this with whatever is on it and just work on the edges. I feel like that color just took everything over, honestly. Like, did it migrate all over the place? I'm going to go back with the gray color and just kind of go over what I've already done, because it feels like it truly just took over the eye. And I'm going to just dip back into this kind of rosy mauvey color also and do a little bit of happiness right here, a little bit of happiness right here, and a bigger blender that is clean right up here. That's a little bit better. All right, I'm going to line, I'm going to do mascara and finish lipstick, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just did a little bit of liner. I did the milk on the inner and a teeny, almost like dotted on the outer third, and some mascara, and that's all I've done. I haven't changed my face makeup. I do think the look is very pretty for me because I'm hooded. I feel that that silver just totally migrated up, and it kind of took over. I think the color is a little unusual. It's a little bit not flattering on me, on my skin tone. Now for lip, I'm just using this, which I'm totally obsessed with. This is so comfortable, but I don't think a nude would look good with this, so you could do something like this, which is barely pink, or, you know, you could do pink, I guess, like, but not a deep pink. Let's try. This is Coco Flash. That's not bad, but I thought I'd try it with this because I do think this is actually not a red so much as it's a very deep pink, and I do think this goes well with these kind of lavender-ish eyes. And that will be, I think, my final look, because this is a liquid lip and I do love this color. So this is it. It's a little bit evening with that silver, but I think you were able to see how it was less so before I got into that color. Even if you simply do this color and forget the silver, it's more of a daily look. Or just do the silver, you know, inner corner and maybe a little bit down here on the inner corner. That could be so beautiful. I feel like it's kind of taken over though. I'm just going to go over with this mauve one more time and see if I can somehow take this down a notch right here. I think that's a little better. And that's it. Eyes closed, eyes open. I do think that these perform very nicely. It's never a question with Viseart, but it is a new product, so you always want to make sure. I think they're beautiful. I love the fact that it's super small, in your hand, put it in a pocket. Then the next question is, what about these colors? I do think they're a little bit odd. I feel like I was able to make it work, but when I tried it on yesterday, I thought this is just, there's something about this that doesn't work with my skin tone. So maybe the most important thing about this video is really the swatches. Performs well. I love the Visearts. The color story is appealing to me. I think it works. It would work so well with the Natasha Denona Glam and by extension with the Dior. But there's something about the colors that are a little different. And I'm just not, I think it's that first gray tone. There's something about it, I don't know what. Now just for kicks, I'm going to go ahead and get my Dior palette. Now, comparing these two, I think you can really see how the Dior is more brown in tone, and there is more gray in this one. but just wanted to show them side by side so you can get a sense of how they compare. And that is going to be it. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.